We're recording now, so everyone knows who we are, so that's fine. But this is an Instagram training going over everything that we have done to grow our Instagrams from pretty much basically nothing to what we are now. And I know Julia's probably been in this pretty much as long as me. So just within a few years that we've been able to grow our Instagram. So the biggest tip that I really want to share with y'all is you have got to brand yourself. So there are 200,000 distributors in this business, give or take, with all the deals we've had and how many, I don't know how many active distributors we have, but it's a lot, okay? And you have to be able to separate yourself from those and be you and who you are. When I want people to think about It Works, I want them to think of Cheyenne Knox, because I branded myself so much to where I hope that I can build an empire so much that everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Cheyenne for those It Works products. That's what I want. Obviously that's not true, but you want to be the person that people think of when they think of this business. And so with that, that comes along with branding yourself. So I literally asked on my social media last night to make sure that I wasn't going to be lying to y'all, but I asked on my Facebook, what are the 5 things that you think of when you think of me? If I were to walk up to you and ask you, what are the 5 things? So that's a really good interaction post. So write that down and post that tonight or in the morning. What are the 5 things that make you think of me? And they were exactly the 5 things that I knew that everyone would say. TJ Maxx, Ray Dunn, hot pink, my boyfriend, and the fact that I'm a boss babe, entrepreneur, leader, everything like that. That is literally all they said, and I knew that that's what they would say. And so definitely ask that, because that's the thing that has helped me build my social media to what it is, to grow my followers, to grow my friends, and to keep retention, to keep people with me, because I talk about the same things, but those people that agree with me and relate to me on those things, they stay. So I talk about TJ Maxx all the time when I'm shopping and things that I buy. So people ask me, and like I have so many people that will go to TJ Maxx and tag me in their post. So therefore people come follow me because they're like, who is this girl? But it's also building relationships with people. Half these people that tagged me in them the other day, I went on Facebook, went Facebook Live and said, hey, go to TJ Maxx and tag me in stuff that you buy. I did that because I wanted them to think that I wanted to see, which I do, but it was really just so that I could have that relationship with them and build it, and so that people would see my name and come back to my profile. Because that's really all it is just making that connection with people. Because without social media, if this business was built face to face, I would be able to have that connection. But because we're on social media, you don't have that. So you really have to find those things that people are going to say, oh yeah, like she does this, this, and this, and she's an It Works distributor. I never, ever, ever want to be branded with It Works. I want It Works to be branded by me. I want them to think, oh, she does this, 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 and this. I love this about her, and she happens to sell health and wellness products that I also use too. So that's the thing that I want you to really focus on, is write down, talk to people. Maybe if you can't really think of those 5 things, if you're like, I'm really not that cool. I struggled with it too until I found things that I became addicted to on accident, like TJ Maxx. So if you find those things, you're going to be able to talk about them every single day, and people are going to start following you and building that relationship with you. So make that post and start talking about these 5 things every single day, and use those to follow people. So I will go to the TJ Maxx hashtag and follow people through there. I will go through like Boss Babe, and I'll go try to find people that, you know, just are inspirational. Try to not follow people in other businesses and stuff, but that's how I follow. That's how I grow my network, because if they like TJ Maxx and I follow them and they come back and look at my profile, just so happens I do too. So they're going to follow me back. So that's just a really, really big thing. And I cannot stress the importance of that. If you want to continue growing your network, is to making sure people know exactly who you are, besides just selling wraps on social media. The next thing is, if y'all don't follow me, which Julia, you can comment our Instagram handles in the caption. So we're both public, so you can go see kind of what we post, you know, see how we do our highlights and stuff like that if you want to type that in there. But highlight covers are a huge deal when it comes to what your Instagram looks like. So when you go to my Instagram, I have cheetah print, hot pink, sparkles, glitter, girl boss, like all these super cute like pink colors, because I love pink. I love cheetah print, and that's who I am. I'm always wearing hot pink of some form, cheetah print of some form. My shoes are cheetah print. My nails are pink. Like, that is me. So when they come to my Instagram, they're like, oh, hey, that's cute. I'm going to follow her. Because the one thing you will not see on my Instagram is black, green, and bling. I don't post products on my Instagram feed. I don't post anything about the business. The only thing they'd be able to see is like, It Works on my shirt or something. But I hardly post pictures in those either, unless I'm at an event. So when you go to someone's Instagram, the only thing they're going to see is your bio. So if you're private, I was private up until I hit 10,000 followers because I wanted a swipe up link. And then after that, like I was just going to wing it with public, but I was always private because I found that I was able to retain my followers a little better because they would forget to unfollow me. So by the time I accepted their follow request. So that's kind of my difference between that. But when you're private, the only thing they can see is your bio. So the few things you should not have in your bio is a ton of emojis. Like I don't have any emojis in there because I think that's like 2 years ago rap girl. Like you had like the black, green, and bling emojis, and like you put dog with a dog mom with a dog, and then you put like foodie with a food emoji. Like don't do that. Like it's too much, it's distracting, and it literally screams network marketer. I'm not even kidding. When I go through someone's Facebook and I see their bio and it's like dog mom, coffee lover, I'm like, she's in the business, I'm out. Like I just try it. People do that too and they catch on. So don't put emojis in your bio. Do not put It Works distributor in your bio either, because you want people to once again know who you are and not automatically say, oh, she's a distributor, I'm gone. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, there are plenty of annoying distributors in this business. People that post super crappy, that post so badly. We are not like that. And that's why we're doing this training with y'all, to show you that you don't have to post like that, and that literally does not work. Do not post like that, because it doesn't. And I know that a lot of times I was afraid of attraction marketing for a long time, because I was afraid that if I didn't blast my business on social media and blast the products, that people wouldn't come to me. But they do, because they know me and they know that I sell products. Just Julia commented on something. Someone asked how she was so successful. I don't know where I saw this, Julia, but I was creeping. And she was like, I don't have to post about it all the time because I've been in this business long enough for people to know what I'm doing. And so yes, new followers aren't really going to know what you do, but they'll catch on very quickly just by the fact that you're in your car at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. They're going to know that you're a network marketer because you're stay at home. So in my bio, I say I'm probably at TJ Maxx, because that's the number one thing I brand myself with. The next thing is creating the life I want. You can interpret that however you want to. It's like a God thing. Catch me always on the go, because I'm always in my car traveling. 7-day weekend. Like I put stuff in the air and I put where I'm from, because if I'm trying to build a local team, I want people to follow me back. But that's just a simple thing. Put the 5 things that you brand yourself with in your bio, but do not put anything about the business. Don't put boss babe. Don't put, don't put anything that screams that you're in a network marketing company, because you want people to give you a chance. That's the biggest thing, because once they follow you, you're going to keep them around by the content tips that we're giving y'all. And then the next things are my highlights. I don't have It Works. I don't have products. I don't have any of that. I have Tribe, which is my team. So I post like my team promotions. I have money, keto, my story, fitness, travel, things, inspire, my boyfriend. All the things that I love about myself and all the things that I do and all the things that brand who I am are what my stories are. But if someone's following me and I follow them and they come look at my Instagram, the only way they're going to know that I am a network marketer is if they read my captions and I'm talking about joining my team. Okay, that's it. So that's the biggest thing I really wanted to talk about, is do not post before and afters on your Instagram. Do not post like crappy posts that don't make any sense. Don't put It Works distributor. Don't put emojis. Just try to be as normal as you can to the way that it looks, so that you can brand yourself and talk about the business in your post. So the next thing is, I think I just saw a question about highlight covers. So how I found them, this is the next thing, is your theme. I love pink and cheetah print. What do you love? What colors do you like? What prints do you like? If you like zebra print, go all in, sister, and make those highlights zebra print. Like I'm bringing cheetah print back, and I'm bringing peace signs back. So that's what my Instagram's about right now. So if y'all want to join that movement and start doing peace sign pictures, that'd be great, because it's coming back. Okay. And so I just made like cheetah and hot pink stuff, and I just found different variations. Like I found this says girl power, and I made a lot of mine on Over. And that's an app I'm going to share with you in a second. I'm trying not to talk too fast, but I'm also trying to talk fast so I can give you all the information so that you can rewatch this if you need to, because there is a lot. But I did learn this step by step by step. It wasn't something that I just automatically had a great Instagram. Like y'all should have seen it when I joined this business. It was whack. Okay, I posted pictures of me holding wraps, smiling, or like 3 fingers, and I was like, 3 people, join my team, let's go, hashtag join my team. Like that's how it was, but it gets better. Okay, so just know that it takes time. So as far as adding those highlights, when you click a highlight and you open it, you click the little 3 dots and you click edit highlight. So I click edit highlight and you click edit cover, and you don't have to upload all these covers to your actual Instagram story. You can edit the cover and click, once you click edit cover, there's a little button right here. and that will take you straight to your camera roll where you can upload highlight covers from your camera roll directly without having to put them on your story. And so I just found like glitter, cheetah print, things that looked good together. And plus when you save them all on your camera roll, you can kind of see if they all mesh. But that's the thing, is I was wearing a lot of hot pink. So I found hot pink as my highlight cover. So whatever you wear the most, like Cheyenne's the next one next to my screen. So she's on my team here, but she always wears olive green and camo. So when I go to her Instagram, that's all I see. I'm like, olive green, camo, that's the thing, because that's all she wore. But all I wear is hot pink and cheetah print. So that's how I picked my colors and my theme, because it all meshes together. And y'all are probably sitting here, half of you are probably like, this girl is crazy. I'm not going that far out to make my highlights match my Instagram. But guys, social media is changing and it's evolving, and there's a lot of us and there's a lot of people on Instagram. And no, you don't have to be perfect. I'm not saying you have to be some perfect unicorn person. You just have to be real, but you also just have to care about your Instagram. This whole Instagram training is about caring, putting effort into it. Instead of taking a selfie in front of a cabinet in your kitchen, you go outside and stand in front of a wall and put a Lightroom filter on it and go from a 2 to a 10 like that. Like, it doesn't take a lot of effort. It just takes 2 seconds more of your time. And that's why we're doing this training for you, is because I see people who do not care about their Instagrams whatsoever. And they post crappy pictures of a coffee mug on top of their kitchen sink with dishes in it. And I'm like, you could have just moved over 1 foot onto the counter and taken a better picture. And that's what it's about. That's why we're doing this with y'all. A selfie, just in front of a white wall, or a selfie in front of or with your family. Like, just taking those extra little steps to put effort into your Instagram is going to go a long way. And so that goes along with your theme, what you're talking about, what you're branding yourself with, the photos that you're doing. And so now, after you find that theme of things, like I said, mine's cheetah print. So I will literally, guys, this may be a little extra, but I think that it works because it keeps my Instagram the same. And literally our whole team does it. And it's so easy. Like, for example, this bike that I posted a picture of, that bike was definitely orange when I was writing it, but I made it pink to match my Instagram, and it took me 2 seconds. Okay. So I'm going to tell you apps in a second, but like this shirt, I specifically wore this shirt because it was pink. Like, I go out of my way to make sure I'm wearing something that's pink, or that there's something pink in the background, which seems like it would be difficult, but it's really not if it's the colors that you wear all the time. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not hard. It's so simple, but it's just those little bits of effort that you're making to make sure. Like, I literally bought these shoes because I love them and they're cheetah print, but when I post them, I just have to put the same filter that I put on it all the time, and they all just go together seamlessly. Instead of me wearing like a neon orange shirt and green shoes and a blue pair of pants, it's all just going to clash. And I don't want that. I want people to come to my Instagram and be like, oh, wow, this is great. I'm going to follow her, because I want to keep them around. So that's the purpose in that. And I just kind of went over quality of photos, but I literally, guys, if you look at my Instagram, it looks like I'm taking different pictures every day and that I have my life together and that my hair is curled and my makeup is done every day. False. Like, my team knows. They're like, no, we've seen her. Okay. I literally go out, like, I will go if I'm with my team, or if I have some friends in town, or if I'm with people or whatever, I will plan picture days. I legit have a clothing rack in the back of my car, mainly because I live in it and I'm always traveling. But I will go and wear like the same pants, and I will grab like 5 different shirts, and I'll go in front of this wall and I'll put my hair up and I'll change it to this shirt. And then I'll go outside in front of a tree and change another shirt and like pose like this. So it looks like I'm taking pictures all throughout, like every single day, but it's a life hack. I took them all on the same day. But people don't know that, okay? So that's the effort that I'm talking about, is I legit have picture days probably once a week because I run out of pictures, but I'll take different selfies against walls with people, and far away pictures, and different angles help a lot. I have a lot of pictures that are in the same outfit, but because they're in different angles, you really can't tell. But that's the effort I'm talking about, is just making sure that you go find a friend. Maybe that friend's not in the business with you, but you say, hey, I really need someone to come take pictures with me. Like, guys, it has gone as far as I don't really have friends because all my friends are on social media in different states because my team's all over the place. So when I'm at home and I'm at the pool, I literally tell these girls that are at the pool, I'm like, hey, can I take a picture with you? They probably think I'm a nut, but I'm never going to see them again. And that also looks like I have friends when I post pictures with them, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's just a thing that I've done before, just because you want to have pictures of yourself and pictures of people, pictures of your coffee, like trying to change up the different angles as well. Lightroom presets. So we're going to go into apps and then just a few more things. So as far as the apps that I use, so to make the color of my Instagram change, I use PicsArt, PicsArt. art. It's one word, and it's a little P with a purple thing. I use that to add like pictures. Thank you, Julia. You're a saint. Pictures of like my emails of enrolling customers. I can overlay them on there. It says like add photo, and you add a photo on top of it. Adding your bonuses, you know, make sure they're covered and you have your income disclosure statement. Adding all of this stuff on there. You can do so much, but you can also do color replace on there. Takes a lot of time. I epically failed at it at first, but you do color replace, and you can literally replace the color of things in your photo. Genius. So that's how I get the pink if there's no pink in my photos, or if there's green and I don't want green because it throws off my Instagram. That's what I do to try to make them all the same. And then I use over. So that's one last thing I'm going to talk about and go over is over in a second, but I use over, and it's literally just a yellow app with a yellow little circle that says O, and it's called over. That's how I make all my stories. So we're going to talk about that in a second, but I use that one, and I use Lightroom to edit all of my photos. So I repeat, do not go to Etsy and buy a $50 preset. Okay, stupid, because it's probably not gonna look good on your photos and you can't get a refund. So the thing that I do is I don't just use one preset. People always ask me, what are your presets? I use multiple different ones that mesh well together, and I know that it's summer. So I literally will change my filters throughout like winter, fall. So I had Wonderland, which is in fall, and then I went to spring and I changed to a brighter one, and then now it's summer. I wear a ton of colors. So with that being said, I went to Etsy and I find like the $5 ones. A good brand is LOU Marks. LOU Marks. That's where I buy all of my presets from. And I use SoCal Blogger, Malibu, and Santorini. Those three things are 3 different presets that I use. And the thing with presets is you can put it on there and you can edit the brightness if it's too dark or too white, and you can play with stuff. So definitely go look through if you think your photos are more bright, which if it's summer, you want them to be, and that's more eye-catching. So I do like summer presets that are brighter, that make my pictures look good, that make the colors in them pop as well, because it's summer, so we spend a lot of time in the pool and with like swimsuits and stuff like that. So it's gonna be brighter. And I just find presets on Etsy that I think go well with what I post, and I buy them, and I've never bought one that's more than $5. All the ones that I bought are $5. If you have any friends that have presets, send them a picture and say, hey, will you try this out and see if you like it? Then you can see if you like it, and you can try to buy it from there. So those are the biggest things that I do. And another thing that I want to talk to you about is stories. So all of my customers, basically all of my distributors, come from my stories. I post every single day, all day long, and this is the biggest element that allows me to brand myself, is my Instagram stories. So today I posted going to Sonic and what I got to drink. I posted a picture, like a screen recording of Rachel Hollis doing this thing that I saw on Facebook today. Like, it's what I wear, it's what I'm eating, especially because I'm on keto right now. Julia, you need to do that with me because it's really hard to motivate myself. But I am posting pictures of like my life, posting pictures of clothes, posting pictures of things that make me who I am. Post it every time I go into TJ Maxx, when I'm traveling and I'm on the go. Like, a lot of times, a lot of people get so stressed about life posts because you're like, well, I don't have anything to say and I don't want to type a novel. Guys, when I post a video of me in my car listening to music and have some music playing over it, and it's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, I don't have to say anything, because that obviously means that I'm living my best life at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, not clocking into my job, right? So it's a lot of things like that is what allows people to come back to me, and I don't have to say a single thing. It's not necessarily about what we say, it's about what we do. So if I'm sharing my food and I'm always at lunch and I'm hanging out with my friends, like, I'm telling a story without using my words. And that's the biggest thing as to why our stories are so important. And that's the biggest thing of, you need to stop screenshotting and copy and pasting every single person's story. You have to learn to make your own. Yes, I use other people's stories, but at the same time, the other 95% of them are stories of my life and stories of me with my friends and stories of my team, because I had to learn. I did not instantly know how to use over. And so don't use the excuse of, I don't know how to do it, so I'm just going to copy and paste yours. No, we all have to learn, and we have to get over ourselves. And that means you have to get over yourself, because it is difficult at first, but it's easy once I do it. Now, everything that I need, everything that I do, I automatically go to over, because I could just post a picture of the food I'm eating, or I could put it on an over and talk about it a little bit. Instead of me just holding the cleanse bottle and taking a selfie, I can put it on over and talk about the cleanse with words underneath it. It's just about the effort that you're putting into it. So trial and error, make your own stories. Unfold is a really awesome app too that makes things look really clean, and it's free, okay? So I spent $99 on Over, and yeah, it hurt my stomach a little bit, but I also earned that back in one fast start that I earned from me having good, consistent, clean stories. Having a distributor join, I got a fast start, and that covered it. You see what I'm saying? It's about putting the effort into your business and really getting that simple, you know, learning how to figure out how to use the app and learning how to fail and learning how these look really crappy, but they get better. Mine were so bad at first. And so now, you guys, I really just share everything through that app, and I make sure that what I post, like Julia's really good about this, so if y'all don't follow her, you need to. But it, just like I said, instead of her just posting a picture of her food, she'll put like a cute filter on it, and she'll put words and like a really good GIF that goes with it. Not spammy GIFs, not the crappy ones that are all over the place with crazy highlighted hot pink words. Like, you want to make it look good because this is your business, and it is good to like put the time and intentionality in that. And so those are really my major tips, guys. Just make sure that you are branding yourself to the things that explain who you are, that you are posting every single day, every single hour on your story, talking about what you're eating, what you're doing, and putting in those things that you're branding yourself with, because more people see my stories than see my post, is what I'm trying to say. Instagram and Facebook are going more towards stories. So you have to make sure that you're using your story more as a timeline of you throughout the day, sharing that story without using your words, and then making sure you're posting. What I post once a day on my Instagram every single day. At first I was like, that's too much. I am supposed to post like once a week because that's how I did it in high school, because that's how you got the most likes. No, I post every single day, and it is always a life post. Every once in a while it's like me and my boyfriend or like whatever, but pretty much every single day it's either a boss babe quote or an inspirational quote or what I'm doing with the business or what it's done for me. And I post about that every single day, but I put effort into my posts. I will edit them to make sure I have the good Lightroom filter, that I've put good presets, that it's good lighting, that I took the time to stand in front of a wall or stand in front of this or whatever. So those are my tips. I'm sorry if I talked really, really fast, but Julia, if you want to go ahead and take it away and share your tips with us.
I don't have a lot to say because I just feel like you're like the blonde version of me. And I pretty much agree with everything that you said. So I'm just going to like say a couple more things, but pretty much she covered everything that I would do and everything that I would say. So the way that I really also focus on stories a lot, I definitely get more views on stories than I get likes on my pictures by far. And the way that I like to think about stories is kind of like my own little reality TV show. So flatter yourself a little bit and realize that if people are following you, they want to see what you're doing. Like, I don't follow people that I don't care what they're doing. So show them what you're doing. And if you think about it, like, I feel like with like the generation that we're in, we're really into like YouTube videos and vlogs and like watching those things. And so your stories can be like your own little mini vlog. And so the way that I run my stories is people think that they know everything about me. And that's my goal. Like, I want people to think that they know every single thing about me. And the truth is they really just know my personality. They don't know my personal life. Some aspects of it when I feel like it's beneficial to share, but for the most part, I can make you feel like we're best friends without me having to share every single little thing that I'm doing. And that's my biggest goal. And then, like she said, I really do take the time to make my stories cute. At least I try. And I think that that is a really big thing. If you don't have time to put words on it, then I would just save it and wait till you have 5 minutes to put some words on it. And the biggest tip that I got from a Instagram coach that I follow, I guess she is, but she was saying that you should put the words that are similar to what you're saying text on the bottom. And that's because most people do have to go to a job, and so they can't always listen to your voice. So everything that I say, I also type. And I have really grown to like when other people do that too, because sometimes I don't want to sit and listen to you for 15 seconds, but I do kind of want to know what you're talking about. So I will read the words. And another tip for putting the text on the bottom is also, I try to really make mine all cohesive. So I'm always using teal and pink of some shades, because I want people to look at it and be like, okay, this has to be Julia's story. And then if I share a quote, I do the same kind of designs in the background of a quote, little lines or something that when people look at it, they're like, that's got to be her. And all of those things are little ways that you brand yourself, that people are like, that's Julia. Like, I know her. And I think that when I realized that I had really gotten around to, like Cheyenne was talking about, like people thinking of me when they think of It Works, is there was a lady in my hometown that has a green Camaro with like her business name on it. And someone sent me a picture and was like, oh my gosh, I thought of you. And I was like, ouch, like this has her whole name and phone number on it. And they sent me a text about it. And that's when I was like, okay, like I've really gotten this thing down. And that's huge, guys. And when you can do that, and really like represent your business more of like your own personal brand. And I also do It Works. And it doesn't have to take away from It Works. Like you don't ever have to be embarrassed that you do this business or try to hide it. And that is not what we're saying at all. I want you to be so proud that you do it, but I want you to be more proud of who you are and that you also work this business. And I guess the last, if you have any specific questions, I think Maddie did ask me a question in the beginning and I was going to answer that when I started talking.
Something that you should go over too is just, you're really good at it. That's why I want you to talk about it. Is just how you get interaction, like how you like literally ask for it.
Okay. So I really do. I'm not afraid of a good little bag, a little soft bag. I'm all about it. So I will, my favorite thing is when I go take a picture, I'll also do a video of in that same outfit. So Hannah Shirey that's on here, she's a really good one that you guys should follow on Instagram too. Hannah, if you're still on here, put your Instagram, because we really do our pictures together. And so she'll take a little video of me, and people have really grown to love that. It's like a little commercial or whatever. And so I'll even put a countdown to when I'm going to post. And so people can turn on those notifications. And I notice when they do, and if they do that, I go send them a message, or I try to, and I'm like, thanks for turning on notifications. Like it's easier ways that you interact, and it kind of builds that hype. So like anytime that somebody tells you like, hey, I'm going to be doing this at a certain time, I'm going to be doing this at a certain time, like it kind of just gets you a little antsy. So plus it's fun, it's creative, it's something different. So I really like doing that. And then after I post the picture, I post a link of it to my stories, because like I said, like I probably get 6 times more people watching my stories than liking my pictures. So I link the picture, so all they have to do is tap it. It goes right to there. Because I know a lot of people, like she said, stories are huge. So a lot of people aren't even really scrolling through their feed anymore. They're just watching stories when they hop on. And so you want to make sure that you can link that and get that double engagement. And then I really like, one of the ways that I give back, and this is a little bit of a different topic, but I don't go to a specific church. So I tithe in my own little ways. And one of the ways that I do that is I do count out like 10%, and I give that back through social media and Instagram. And I always like pray over it before I give it to somebody, and I hope that it's going to the right person. But I'll give away like $100 a week or every 2 weeks, just depending on how I'm feeling or what adds up. And it's just whoever engages with my post the most. And every time I do that, that's huge on my feed. And also it just kind of gives you that like character that you're giving, and that you want to reward those people that are really pouring into your business and supporting you, because that's huge. Even the people who aren't purchasing from you, but they're liking and they're commenting on everything, they could very well be getting you a sell, so it's showing that appreciation is huge. And then I also have like little engagement groups. I'm not super into those if they're people that I don't know, because I don't want a lot of fake comments that are like, so totally pretty girl, like that just spazzes me out. But I have like a little meme group with actual followers of mine on Instagram. And so mostly we just share funny memes, but anytime somebody posts a picture, we can shoot it there. So creating those little engagement pods with your actual followers and people that you really do engage with is a good idea. And I like that too, because that's a quick way that you get like 15 quick comments, which is going to boost you up. The faster that you get comments and likes, the more your picture is going to be seen. And I respond to every single comment. Sometimes that takes a long time, but it is worth it. If somebody takes time to comment on your picture, the least you can do is say thank you or give them some kind of little love. So I think that that's a big one too. And then adding people on Instagram, very similar to the way that she said she does things that I'm interested in. So I'm also very big on the branding certain things. If you look at my highlights, they're rainbows. And I have like a special connection with rainbows that my followers typically know about. And so they'll tag me when they see a rainbow in their stories and things like that. Where was I going? Oh, how do I add people? So I do the same thing, like search #rainbow or that kind of thing, anything that coordinates with the things that I am super interested in. And I also I love boutiques and I use local ones. So that's a good thing that you can do, a local boutique in your hometown. They're pretty much everywhere. So I turn on post notifications, and when they post, I'm just go rampant through there. And I will follow the first like 100. And then that night, every single night I do this. So I go to my Instagram and I click following, and you can change it to the most recent people that you have followed. And then I go through there and I like their last 3 pictures and comment and message and everything, just to be like, hey, follow me back, basically. So that is how I add people. And then there was one more question I was going to. Was there anything else you wanted me to say?
Someone asked if they were like changing their, theme and changing their like highlight colors. Would you go delete everything beforehand?
I would archive a lot of it, yeah. I think Instagram is kind of like the new age scrapbook. And when you just think about it, like, get creative with it. It should be fun. Like, you shouldn't feel, I know not everybody has the same creative flow and thing like that, but this should be fun to you, okay? This shouldn't be torture. It should be something that you're excited about. You should want your Instagram to look good, like kind of like your home when you invite people over. Like, think about that. If you're going to have 20 people over for dinner, don't you want them to see like the best version of your house? Like, that's how I was raised. We got to clean up before people come over. If you want 15,000 followers, don't you want them seeing your best self? Like, if you want to see me looking homeless, you're going to see that in my stories. Like, you'll know that I'm real and that I'm flawed. But on my feed, you might be confused for a second. And that's my goal. And that's how your little scrapbook, your Instagram should be. So I would definitely maybe just take a full day and go through and archive stuff that doesn't make sense and super spammy pictures, get rid of those and really just kind of start fresh. How often do you change your Insta bio? Not really often. If I get a picture that I'm feeling myself in, I'll change my profile picture, but I don't really have like a rhythm or rhyme to that. And then I change my Insta bio probably, I don't know, just whenever I'm feeling something new, like it's not really, I don't think that there's a big science to it. I think that when you're really comfortable, you're just being yourself and you're having fun, that's the best thing that you can do. And I think a lot of times the stuff that looks spammy are people thinking way too difficult. Like, I think if you're actually just being yourself, you wouldn't naturally be spammy. So I think if you really get into that groove, you're going to be totally fine.
Yeah, and another thing that I really wanted to touch on too is a lot of times we sit there, I know I already said this kind of, but we think that we have to be some perfect person and have the perfect pictures and the perfect this. That's not true. Like, there are days that I'm in my PJs and have my hair in a bun, but I put a Lightroom filter on it and suddenly I'm a little bit cute, okay? So that's where a big part of it comes from. And also, like, Julia, like, shares, like, a lot. She's gone through a lot this past year, and she was open about it. She didn't have to be, but she did it because she wanted to share with her followers and have that relatable thing. And there's things that, I haven't really gone through anything detrimental, but I do share, like, when I almost got a ticket and when a cop came out by my car and, like, just random things that happen in my life. I'm super open about it because people know me now. They know things and they're able to talk to me and converse with me and ask me where I get things. And that's a big tip too for interaction is I never put where I get something. I never, like, if I go to a restaurant, I don't tag the location. I don't tag what it is. If I have a cute shirt on like this one, if I posted a story, I don't put that I got this from American Eagle. I just wait for people to ask me because then people are swiping up on my stories and they're commenting and asking. So that's a really big tip is I used to do that to be helpful, but now I want them to ask me. And if they ask, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got it from here. It's so cute. Like, you'll love it. And then you build that relationship with people over a freaking t-shirt. But that's how Instagram is because that's the only thing we have. We don't have that face-to-face connection. So that was just one random tip I had to share. If you have any more. But if you have any questions, please.
We've talked about that before on how that I'll ask you something. I'm like, I know I'm being that person right now, but your tactic worked. I was trying to explain to her. Okay, so on your followers right here, you can go to following. Okay, and then there's this little button right here. And that's where you change it. It's like an up arrow and a down arrow, sort by default. You click that, and then it'll say date followed latest, date followed earliest. And that's how you can switch there. My Instagram is _JAY. Oh, yeah, cool. And then there was something else I wanted to say really quickly with my brain. Oh, yeah, when she was talking about things that I'd gone through in my personal life. So I was actually like talking about this to my therapist. And I was pretty open about going to a therapist, which was like pretty difficult for me because it took me way longer than it probably should have to go. But I made a lot of connections in talking about that I did that. And when I really opened up about, and I didn't have to share all the personal details. Like with the stuff that I've been through in the last 6 months, I got a divorce, and I didn't share why I got a divorce or any of the details. I told, you know, a little portion of my part of the story. And through doing that, I have low-key become a life coach that I'd never intended on being. But it has been so rewarding, just even beyond the business, is creating those connections with people that, you know, they will tell me their whole life story. And it just goes to show that, like, when you open up and you're vulnerable, not only can we make an incredible income, like through this business and stuff, but you can also actually really make a difference in people's lives. And some of the things that I've seen people leave situations that they should have left a long time ago, and they said it was just one thing that I posted. Like, you have no idea what you're capable of and the difference that you can make. And each of you has something like that to offer. And I say this every single time, but like, you have some value in you, and it may be fashion, it may be what you like to do for fun, it may be some difficulty that you go through being a mom or a student or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be traumatic, but you can really make a difference with people and create those connections. And so many people feel so lonely and like they're the only person going through what they're going through. And I think for me, just sharing that and giving people that freedom to say, okay, like, if she's doing this, I can do this. And I have people that message me and say, like, I see you up and happy and smiling, so I know that I can do it too. And that is so motivating. And when you figure out that, like, you can motivate and encourage people, it will totally change your perspective, and you'll wake up every day with a whole new attitude. You can smile when you don't feel like it. You can be creative with your content when you feel lazy. And it's just super motivating when you really get into your little zone.
Yep, that's it, y'all. That was so good, and that's so true. And just one last thing I wanted to share with y'all is, you know, this didn't just happen overnight for us. It wasn't just, oh, we woke up with 10.4 thousand followers. Like, I consistently worked at that every single day, mass following every single day, you know, interacting with people. Interaction is a really, really huge part of my day, commenting on people's stuff and being genuine. You know, like, where did you get that? A lot of the stuff I'm actually asking where they got their stuff. But a lot of it is just, you know, telling someone, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Like, oh, this is so cute, because it makes people feel good. And I love doing it. And they're going to click on my profile and see who I am and stay from all the tips that I gave you. And so that's a really big part of it. And just know that it's going to take time, but the best things take time. And now that we have these platforms, I love being able to share things that work. And I get so much excitement because I branded myself with things that I love, that I don't have to change myself to be in this business. I don't have to change the things that I love or the things that I do. I get to be 110% authentically me, and really, really, just like she said, change lives. Like, it's simple things of, like, finding cute outfits, and girls are like, oh my gosh, like, I feel so good in this. Like, thank you so much for recommending this store or whatever. It's little things like that, but it's all the time now, because you're able to build those relationships every single day. So if y'all, let me make sure there's no more questions in here. Best presets for bright colors. Literally, I mean, SoCal Blogger is one of the best ones. Malibu is a really bright one. Santorini. Just go on Etsy and just find the brightest looking ones and just buy those, but don't spend a lot of money on them. The app I used for highlight covers was Over. Yes, Over. Or you can just go and find, like, cheetah print, save the picture, and make it a highlight cover. You don't have to edit a lot of them. Like, a lot of mine are just from Google, especially colors. More views on stories, interaction. Morgan, it's literally interaction. The days that I stop interacting, maybe if I go a few days without interacting, I can tell by the way that my story views go down and my likes go down. So definitely go through and interact with people, follow people, go like some of their stuff, and that will really, really help in your stories. And also swiping up on other people's and doing things that require them to respond to you. If I'm going on a road trip, I don't have time to go click through all of the music recommendations, but I always say, like, what are your favorite songs? So everyone comes and tells me, like, their favorite songs or favorite stores, or I ask them, like, today on Instagram, I ask, what are the 5 things that make you think of me? People are going to comment on that, and I'm going to have interaction stuff. And yes, I do interact on people's stories and stuff.
I want to say one more thing too while it's on my brain, and it's that I really want to make sure that you guys don't overlook or take for granted the followers that you do have. When I had 1,000 followers, they were my most important followers. When I had 4,000, they were my most important 4,000. And of course I want to grow. Like, I have all these specific numbers that I want to hit at certain months, but if they're not going to buy anything, it doesn't matter if you have 500,000 followers. There was a recent post where a girl had like 250,000 followers, and she tried to sell a $20 t-shirt and couldn't even sell 30. And that like blew my mind. And it's so true. But I was able to sell out of things that I had purchased with 10,000 followers, or things that I was selling with 10,000 followers, because I really created that niche. I never know how to say that word, and it's bold of me to use it all the time when I don't know how to pronounce it, but
niche.
Okay, niche group, but you create those people that feel close to you and they're really involved with what you're doing. And that's way more important than having some huge number. So make sure that your focus is on interacting and really like taking care of the followers that you have, more than just some big number of people that aren't going to be paying attention to what you're doing or be invested or ever purchase from you.
Yes, I hope that we added value to you guys. I hope that you really take what we gave you and implemented that into your daily schedule and growing your Instagram. Know that it takes patience, know that it takes consistency, but so does this business. And all of the stuff that we added, branding yourself, adding those highlight covers, coming up with that theme, making sure you're making your own Instagram story content, and not like, I see people on my team all the time and they're like, I'm struggling so much with getting interaction on my stuff and getting customers and new people. And I go to their Instagram and everything on their story is blurry, screenshotted stories. They're blasted and there's nothing about them. People a lot of times don't know who you are, and they don't know what you literally consist of because you don't tell them. So be sure to start telling people who you are and be loud about it, and use this platform to really change lives, which we get to do every single day through this business. So I love y'all, and I'll have this recording up on my YouTube channel. And thank you so much, Julia, for doing this with me. And I'm super excited to watch y'all grow your Instagram and your followers. Good night, y'all.
Thank you. I had so much fun. Bye.
Bye.